What's up guys, Dan here. Hope you guys are all doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 steps you need to do to quit your 9-to-5 job forever, to live the freedom lifestyle, and to start that online business that you've been waiting to start and start selling on Amazon FBA. We're going to talk about Amazon FBA specifically in this video. And I'm going to break it down super easy, super simple for you guys, because I know you guys, might get confused with online business, right? It's so new, and you've probably been working a 9-to-5 job maybe for a year, maybe for 2 years. You've been probably at the same job for a couple of years now, right? That you probably have, studied in college for and you have a degree for, and you're probably wondering, hey, is online business really for me? Am I really able to be successful with Amazon FBA? And will I be able to replace my 9-to-5 job income and maybe double it, triple it, 5x it, 10x it for the rest of my life? And I'm telling you, yes, as long as you follow the correct information, you've got a course, you've got a mentor, right? And as long as you persist through failures, because as an entrepreneur, right, one thing is for sure, you will encounter failure. You will have to encounter failure, but the best part about it is that every single failure will lead you closer and closer to success. So the faster you get through those failures, the faster you will succeed, right? And make sure you don't give up, because most people give up before they reach their 3rd attempt, right? So as long as you can have 3 failures, right, you will become successful no matter what. Now, I want to start off the video with some statistics. In the Amazon USA marketplace, there were actually some recent statistics released. There were over 300,000 new sellers, new third-party sellers on the Amazon USA marketplace. So we've got 300,000 people just like you and me who wanted to start selling on Amazon. Now, the amount of sellers that have reached 6 figures a year this year in 2018 that have reached $100,000 in revenue, we're talking revenue, not profit, right? Profit, we don't know. It can be 30%, 40%, 50%, 60% or higher if you've got a premium brand. I always recommend going and trying to label your product as premium, because you can always get away with higher profit margins. People are willing to pay more. It's just a question of perceived value. But 300,000 new sellers, 140,000, so almost half, have reached 6 figures this year. Right? And that's on the Amazon USA marketplace. Of course, many, many more around the world and other marketplaces have reached $100,000 in revenue. And so I want to tell you, there's literally nothing stopping you from reaching that 6 figures a year, $100,000 a year with your Amazon FBA business, right? It is a very common milestone, and it is not as difficult as it may seem, right? Like making 6 figures from a job in real life, that seems like an insane, it could take 10 years, 20 years to climb to that, right? And not all jobs even have a position where they can they're not in a position where they can even climb 6 figures, right? We're taught that 6 figures is so much money, right? But in reality, with online business, 6 figures a year, 100,000 a year in revenue is not at all that much. And you will reach it much faster than you think, as long as you hit a successful product. Like I said, you're probably going to have to go through failures, but as long as you can hit that successful product, you will reach 100,000 a year, right? And then you'll have a bigger goal, and you'll want to hit 7 figures and then 8 figures as well, right? Which is always amazing. But I want to tell you one thing, that when I started with Amazon, I was in your shoes and I was wondering, is this really possible for me? Especially because I'm just in university and I'm in college debt and I don't have much money to start and all this kind of stuff. All these excuses, right? These were all just fears in reality that I was feeding in my head, right? And I had this at the time, it seemed like this distant, far-off dream of me living my dream life, which I am living my dream life right now, right? I can travel whenever I want, I can buy whatever I want, right? And most importantly, right, the buying stuff, the traveling, that's not important. Most importantly, I get to make these videos for you guys, and I get to help you guys out and, bring out the massive potential that you guys have within. But in reality, when I was just starting out, I was in the same shoes as you. So I want to tell you that looking back, right, becoming a mega successful Amazon FBA seller, looking back now, I can tell you there is nothing at all that's different between you and me or anybody else who has reached that 6-figure-a-year milestone right now in 2018, right? And some of those are even going to go on to hit 7 figures, right? So now, what are the steps to actually be successful with Amazon, to quit your 9-to-5 job? The very first step that I can highly, highly recommend, and so many people watching this video don't even do this. And so many people that try to start an online business, they try to go out into business on their own. For some reason, they just half-ass it. They just, they don't treat it like a 9-to-5 job. They don't treat it like, they're going to have to put in those 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, right? Even more than that, for a little bit, maybe for a month, maybe for 2 months, right? But then, isn't it worth it to put in, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day? And that's a lot, by the way. You don't need to put that much in. We're going to talk about that in a second. But if you treated it, with the same schedule as a 9-to-5 job, I guarantee you will be successful in a matter of months. I literally guarantee it. There's no other way. As long as you take action, as long as you pull the trigger, right? And as long as you actually put in consistent time and effort into it, and you don't half-ass things, you will always be successful no matter what in life. right? And I'm not just saying online business. This is like very, common sense here, right? As long as you can honestly say, hey, I'm putting a lot of effort into this, right? Into whatever path you choose, you will succeed no matter what, right? You will encounter some obstacles, but eventually, if you can get over those, you will succeed. So the number one thing, the very first thing is to set a consistent schedule to find a product. Set a consistent schedule to actually learn the business model, to learn the formula, right? Maybe invest in a course, maybe invest in a mentor, and then, invest in the tools, right? And then go and sit down after your 9-to-5 job, right? Maybe 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., right? You don't have to stay up that late, but, just dedicate 3 to 4 hours at least 3 times a week or 4 times a week for 2 months, 3 months, and I guarantee you will find an amazing product, right? And eventually, even if you fail once, even if you fail twice, you will learn enough to get you to a successful product. With each failure, if you encounter failure, right, and you might be one of those lucky ones that succeeds on their first product, right? With each failure, the odds of success increase drastically. Right? And by the third failure, it's like, okay, you're bound to succeed now, because most people have given up at this point, and the ones that succeed forever are the ones that have gotten through this point, like I talked about. So make sure you set a consistent time, right? Make sure that, you've got a schedule going, right? Make sure that you actually okay, tell yourself Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to do product research. I'm going to get home, right? Maybe before work, maybe after work, right? You know how you schedule in the gym, make it a routine, right? And as soon as you make it a routine and you force yourself to do it, right? Because you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to want to go out with your friends. You're going to want to party maybe on Friday nights, right? And, it's the price of being successful. This is what I did when I was just beginning, right? And I found myself just locked in my room, and I was so fascinated by the way. I was like, this is a legitimate way for me to actually start and go and live my dreams, right? With online business. So I just locked myself in my room, and I just did product research, and I swear, at the beginning, I looked at 10,000 product listings before I actually found my product. I was just going, right? And it actually happened very fast for me, and, luckily enough, I didn't have much failure. I had a couple failures, but then I eventually had a massive success, and ever since then, it went way up for me, and I just built upon that success, started my YouTube channel, and expanded my Amazon FBA business, and then also got into Shopify dropshipping, and making this amazing content for you guys, teaching you guys how to unleash your fullest potential with entrepreneurship and online business. Step 2, once you've found a product, you need to develop a strategy on how you're going to launch it. So long gone are the days when you can just find a product and you can just copy it. You can't do that anymore, right? Because if you're going to do that, right, if your grandmother can just copy your business model overnight, you've got a problem. All right, so what you want to do is you want to find your product, and you want to ask yourself the questions. And the questions you want to ask yourself are, how can I improve this product? What kind of design changes, maybe, look at the negative reviews, how can I actually improve this product and make an actual valuable contribution to this target market, and how can I best solve the needs of this target market? Right? And if you can properly do that, and by the way, some great ways to differentiate yourself and really get people to buy from you, and also to label your product as a premium version, right? So you can charge higher, you can get a higher price point for your product, is to do product inserts, right? It's the best way to communicate with your customers. So that's just a little card. You can pay 10 cents per unit to your supplier, and you can just design a little card saying, hey, this is your whatever, right? Whatever you bought, your barbecue gloves, right? That's the classic example, and hope you enjoyed it. Go here, leave a review, right? So product inserts are amazing. Make sure that all the artwork, include some awesome artwork in there. I've seen some amazing examples from my students of branding that they've done in the Ecom Freedom course, and it's just been truly amazing. And that's how I want you guys to do it. That's how you succeed on Amazon. You can't just, go to Alibaba, find a product, and just ship it without doing any kind of, value add. You want to add value, put in nice artwork and really, make the presentation look good, and also improve the product. So once you've got your strategy set and going, you've got a profit margin, everything adds up, how you're gonna improve, and you genuinely think you're gonna make sales, right? Because don't lie to yourself. Just be honest with yourself. If you know that you haven't really put much time into this, then you're probably not gonna succeed. So just be honest with yourself, and I'd rather you really put time into it and commit to it properly, instead of just half-assing it, try to launch something and it's not, it's not working, and then you're wondering, hey, Amazon doesn't work. You're just going around saying Amazon doesn't work, right? Amazon has always worked. The Amazon FBA has not been, it's not a new thing, right? It maybe got popular recently, but it's actually been around for a long time, selling on Amazon. But the opportunity of selling on Amazon is the greatest right now, and will continue to be the greatest, because e-commerce is growing so insanely every single year. 20% a year is the official statistics. So 20% every single year, more and more people are turning away from regular stores, and they're just staying home, and they're going on their phones and they're just buying something really quick, right? So clearly Amazon FBA is an amazing opportunity. So don't half-ass it. Really put an effort into it, and just be honest with yourself and be honest with the target market that you're going to serve, because you're eventually going to build up a brand and you're going to want to actually, like build up an asset and not just try to fly by night, make money tomorrow, today, right? That's not where I'm trying to teach you guys here. So step number 3 is you got your strategy, take action, pull the trigger, and do it fast, because if you wait, your product might get oversaturated, might get too competitive, right? Time waits for nobody, and that's why it's better for you to pull the trigger and fail than not do anything and just sit still, because at least if you pull the trigger and fail, you're progressing and you've learned. With every single failure, you actually learn way more than the failure costs you, right? Always. That's what I've learned in entrepreneurship. And it's a very true statement. You always learn more than the failure costs you. So it's a positive investment in yourself and in your future. So take action, pull the trigger. If the numbers add up, you got your strategy going, what are you waiting for? Now, about quitting your 9-to-5 job, it depends on what your goals are. If you've just wanted like a side hustle, right, and you just want a side hustle, right, maybe you like your job, right? There are people that like their 9-to-5 jobs, right? Surprisingly. But if you like your job and you want to keep it, right, and you just want to make extra money on the side, then, Amazon is awesome, right? And then later you can dive into Shopify as well. And you don't have to hit, 7 figures. You don't have to go for the millions, right? You can just comfortably make, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 a month or more, right? Whatever you want, you control your income as an entrepreneur. But if you are committed to being an entrepreneur, you don't like your job, and you want to truly live like your dream life and the best version of your life possible, then you're gonna have to quit your 9-to-5 job. And I recommend quitting your 9-to-5 job. Like, maybe it depends on your risk tolerance, right? But I would say like a couple months after you've got a recurring income going from Amazon, after you're making enough money, like the money that you want to be making, that's replacing your 9-to-5 job, right? And that depends, right? A lot of people, like, I quit my job before I was even successful with Amazon, right? Because I was like, I'd rather clean windows than work my 9-to-5 prestigious bank job wearing a suit. I just couldn't handle my boss, right? There's a whole story. I talk about my story on my channel, my podcast, a lot of different places you can go check that out. But pretty much I was just so tired of it. I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to clean windows, and I'm going to be an epic success story, right? And so that's how it all played out. But yeah, so I mean, with quitting your 9-to-5 job, look, I'm not like, I don't know, a therapist or something, but I would just say, just listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, and if you know you'll succeed, you have that confidence, especially once you start making money from Amazon, you'll be good, I guarantee it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you guys want to learn everything you need to know to make money on Amazon, to actually start an Amazon FBA business, I've got a link for my Ecom Freedom course right down below. You get my mentorship with that as well, so you get access personally to me to talk and ask questions about Amazon and passive income and just the entrepreneurship journey in general. So link for that is right down below. And I've also got a completely free training that I'm personally presenting to you, and there's only 1,000 people that can join. The link for that is right down below. And so I'm going to show you guys every single thing you need to know to start your Amazon FBA business. If you know how to start like the technical stuff and you're not sure if Amazon's for you, I highly recommend watching that free training. It's right down below, and make sure you do it quick because the limit is 1,000 people. The software doesn't let more people get in there, so don't want you to miss out. For some reason they made the software that way. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in entrepreneurship, online business, living an epic life, right? A ton of amazing content coming soon, vlogs as well. I'm going to be traveling in the next couple weeks to Asia, Philippines, Bali, so super excited about that. And follow me on social media, Instagram, Snapchat. I'll see you guys soon.